Hello, everyone, and welcome to Channel 18 TV News. I'm Don Julian, filling in for Jim Rogers today. Two Sulphur Springs men were arrested for second offense driving while intoxicated incidents in separate cases over the weekend in Sulphur Springs. One man was taken into custody after being involved in a two-vehicle crash at Broadway and McCann just after 1 a.m. Sunday. He reportedly exhibited signs of intoxication. Later, during a blood draw, two sheriff's deputies were needed to hold him down. 38-year-old Jonathan Frank Bishop of Sulphur Springs was charged with DWI second offense before Justice of the Peace B.J. Tier, who set bond for Bishop at $2,000. In the second case, the Sulphur Springs Police Department was contacted about a possible intoxicated driver just after 11 p.m. Saturday. Vehicle was located and a traffic stop was made, and a police report indicates the police officer detected a strong odor of alcohol on the man. After a sobriety test and a blood draw, the man was arrested. 41-year-old Elmer Amos Parr Perez was charged with second offense DWI before J.P. B.J. Tier, who set bond for Parr Perez at $2,000. The Hopkins County Sheriff's Posse is hosting a drug take-back day Saturday from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. in the Brookshire's parking lot. The event provides people with a safe way to dispose of out-of-date prescription or over-the-counter drugs, and old pet drugs will also be accepted. The drug take-back keeps drugs out of our environment. The drugs will be disposed of by the sheriff's office. They will not accept old needles or inhalers. Indian Summer Days Saturday at Heritage Park featured the John Chester Dutch Oven Cook-Off, and 10 teams participated, including 7 from Hopkins County. Some 250 people were able to sample the food. Chris Wilson, son of the event founder Rick Wilson, was the contest director this year. Overall winner was the team of Donnie and Katie Martin. Next was Fred and Wanda Christ, and third place went to Jerry Allman and Dan Powell. Meat winner was the team of Rick Wilson and Marie Chester. Vegetable winner, Tim and Kathy Berger. Bread winner, Donnie Peters, and Kristen Brown, and the dessert winner, Margie Ford and Teresa Reeser. Best in Oven winner, Richard Watkins and Diane McGregor. The Northeast Texas Beef Improvement Group Board was pleased with the outcome of Friday's Ribeye Roundup on Celebration Plaza. Third annual event had over 30 cooking teams. Sulphur Springs Country Club took first place in the restaurant division. Top 3 non-commercial cooking teams were Smokehouse Rats 1 and 2 and Henderson Ranch. An educational talk on beef by Trent Luce was well attended. 1,200 people bought tickets for ribeye dinner. The Sulphur Springs High School Culinary Arts class served salads and desserts. A large crowd showed up for a Stoney LaRue concert on Friday night. The Wildcat Hall of Honor Selection Committee has announced 4 new inductees into the Wildcat Hall of Honor. They are Ashley Weldon, A.W. Lindley, a football player from the class of 1925. Heath Johnson, a football player from the class of 1987. Brandy Sachs, a softball player from the class of 1992. And Aaron Cockrell, a cross-country and track athlete from the class of 1997. This year's induction ceremony will be held on Friday. It will begin at 5:15 in the multipurpose building. Following that ceremony and a reception, the new members will be introduced on the field at Gerald Prem Stadium shortly before kickoff of the Wildcats game against Texas High. The Wildcats and Lady Cats cross-country teams compete in the district cross-country meet at Mount Pleasant Tuesday. Top 3 teams qualify for regional, and I talked with cross-country coach Ross Hicks.
Right now we're shaping up. Everybody is healthy at the moment. So, we've had a couple of setbacks, but right now we're at full strength, and so that's very encouraging. This will be the first time since about the second week of the season that we're at full strength, and so I'm very excited about that we can hopefully reach our goals.
All right. Who do you have high hopes for on the boys and girls side?
Well, I've got a couple seniors on the boys side that I really think are gonna be huge for our team. They don't. Peyton Vickery, he's been one of our consistent runners all 4 years. He's been on varsity ever since his freshman year. He ran a couple races on varsity, and so he's been a big part of the program for a long time. And then Ed Ramirez, he took a little while longer to get going, but once he got going, he's been on varsity the last couple of years and has been a huge contributor. Also, we have a couple of juniors, or a few juniors. Landon Thornton, who's he struggled with a couple injuries, but he's back running well, and Eli Sellers. And Andrew Escobar are all juniors, and we have real high hopes for those guys. They all ran really well last week, and so we're hoping they can continue that improvement. Also, we have a couple of sophomores, Christian Palomino and Nabian Ramirez, that just keep getting better and better, and hopefully they'll really just continue to break through and get faster and faster.
All right, on the girls' side?
On the girls' side, we have 2 seniors as well. Hannah Dixon, this is only her second year to cross country. It took a little while for her to realize her love for running. It took a little bit of time, and so, but I'm glad that she's been a part, and she's been a huge contribution to our team the last couple of years. And Samantha Vargas, who's been with us all 4 years. So they will be missed, but they will be, we'll definitely need them tomorrow as we race, both of them, just for not only for their racing, but also for their leadership.
Think about the girls, Washburn and
yeah, absolutely.
Yep. Seen 1 and 2 for you.
Yep. So Sydney Washburn and Bailey Arrington, they're Sydney's a sophomore and Bailey's a junior, and so they've been our top 2 all year. So we're hoping that they really get up there, and we really need them competing with Hallsville and Mount Pleasant's 1, 2, and 3 runners right up in there if we're really going to compete with them. And then behind them we have freshman Landry McKinney, and so we're really looking for good things from those girls, and they've been getting faster and faster. Also, Ashley Noe, she's a sophomore, and they've been getting faster and faster, and so I think that they know who they have to go get. They know their goals, and so it's just going to come down to who wants it the most tomorrow morning.
What do you see as the major threats on the boys and girls side? You may have mentioned them on the girls already.
Yes. On the boys side, Hallsville, we've only faced them once this year, and they beat us. We were shorthanded, so hopefully we might have a little chance to sneak up on them. They may not be expecting it if they haven't been paying much attention. But also Mount Pleasant they're starting to come on strong as well. So we don't want to overlook it. We don't want to overlook anybody. But those 2 teams right now are our biggest competition on the boys side, and on the girls side it's the same story. Hallsville and Mount Pleasant, they're very strong. And so we're trying to kind of sneak up on them, because on the girls' side they've beaten us so far this year, and but I think if we all run our best times and we really go out there and compete, you never know what can happen at district. We know the course well. We were there last week. The weather's supposed to be great, so our kids we train in the mornings a lot, and so they loved running cool weather. So they're excited about the weather. It's supposed to be in the 50s and 60s tomorrow, so it's going to be great. But those are our biggest competitors, Hallsville and Mount Pleasant.
What do you have to do at district to get to the regional top 2 or 3 or what?
The top 3 teams advance as a team, and then the top 10 individuals. So, we're really our goal is to obviously to advance on both the boys and the girls sides, and we've done that the last few years. But we don't want to get ahead of ourselves because anything can happen when you get out there. So, but top 3 teams, and then after that, the top 10 individuals go to regionals as well.
The Lady Cats volleyball team won over Marshall 3-0 Friday. The first 2 sets, however, were closer than expected. And I talked with Lady Cats volleyball coach Justin Manus.
very competitive. I don't think we came out with the focus that we needed to come out with, and Marshall was ready to play. You could tell by their energy before the match that they were going to get after us, and I tried to explain to the team that we better be focused because this is going to be a motivated Marshall team to beat us tonight.
That's good to be able to win when you maybe are kind of like that, where you're not quite ready to play.
Oh, of course, and like I told them, it's important for us to be focused because we're not going to play teams like that all the time. We're going to have to be ready to play as the playoffs come around. We're going to have to be focused and ready to go.
By set 3, that was a pretty dominating set. So eventually, we kind of found our rhythm there.
Yeah, we kind of found our rhythm, and I think we kind of broke them down just a little bit. And our serve started coming on, and our swing started coming on. But overall, it's a win. It's a 3-0 win, and we'll take it.
Yeah. We are seeing it seem like a large number of service aces now in your stats.
Yes, we are, and we're trying to minimize the errors to go along with it. But if we can get an ace for an error, it's not too bad. We're making up for it.
And along the net, tell us about that game Friday.
You know what? I thought we played well. We got a lot of blocks. They just covered and picked a lot of them up and played them back at us. In the second and third set, we were able to really combat the net. We were able to score a lot off sweeps and dumps and just overpasses. First set, we weren't quite focused on where we needed to be, but second and third, we started picking it up.
It's a big week for us. We were, I think, on the road twice last week, at home twice this week. And here comes pesky little Greenville, and They do have a win over us this year in a tournament.
Yes, yeah. You can't ever overlook Greenville. They're a team that's going to get a lot of balls up and just make us play. So we're going to have to make sure that we execute, we put balls down, but we're also ready to play balls back again. We can't expect everything to go down and it be a score. We need to have our minds in it and ready to play.
Then Friday is a big show-off, or not show-off, but showdown with Texas High.
Yeah, Texas High is undefeated, and we're looking forward to having them here. We're hoping that we can take care of business with them. Of course, we need somebody else to beat them to make it a tie for first place. But I think that we're going to have a lot better showing here. We played well there. It was just a very tough environment. But I think we'll be more comfortable here, and we know what's at stake.
As I recall, that was one that kind of got away. Looked like we kind of had close to putting it in the bag, and then it got away from
Yeah, we were up fifth set 12-9, come out of a timeout and missed a serve and just kind of lost the momentum. We lost focus just for a little bit, and T-High was able to capitalize on that and get on top of us. So hopefully we won't let that happen again.
That's Channel 18 TV News for today. Thank you for joining me. I'm Don Julian, filling in for Jim Rogers today.